Hello, I'm Harold Metzel, founder of 10 Talent Stewardship, where we show you how to put planned giving into action in your church. Today I'd like to ask you a question. Who are the most generous givers in your church? Do you know who they are? Because if you do, there are steps you can take to draw them in closer. Yet I found that some pastors feel awkward, even wrong, about identifying them. But why? That uneasiness, I'm convinced, is founded upon an illusion. It's natural to esteem those who are successful or wealthy. Often they represent the most intelligent, capable, and influential people in the congregation. Now, treating people differently because of their wealth, well, that's a different matter, and the Bible makes that clear. But getting to know your most generous givers is truly important. You see, not everyone who gives is generous. There are tithers, givers, and then those who invest in ministry. And they represent different ways of thinking. Take, for instance, those who tithe. For them, the tithe isn't a donation. It's an act of trust and obedience. And giving for those people doesn't begin until after they've delivered the tithe. Then there are the givers, comprised of both the tithers and the non-tithers. These people are the ones who consider what they can afford to give. And some, I'm afraid, will only shell out a crumb, wanting to take part, but they're not going to put themselves out. At the opposite extreme are those willing to sacrifice. They will, at least for a time, live leaner in order to contribute to something noble. But finally, there are the investors. These are the people who so believe in the mission of the church that their giving is a part of their life's plan. Providing capital for ministry defines, at least in part, who they are. And it's vital to the church that you know these people and that they know you. Wise investors research his or her commitment before seriously committing capital to anything. Thus, by identifying the investors, you uncover those who have gone beyond giving, the people who have decided to partner with you. Now that's a great compliment, not to be overlooked. So the issue is, what can you do to amplify that investment, deepen the partnership? Developing relationships requires spending time together, extra time that goes beyond chatting after church services. Well, how are you going to pull that off? Your schedule is already full. Well, I'd like to suggest you try this. Invite them to join you when you go away. Often pastors have more time and a freer mind at those times when he or she is away from the church. So find an appropriate event when you'll be away, maybe at a camp or conference or retreat, and then identify one or two of those potential partners and invite them along. When you take along another couple, the time that you spend together will be priceless. As they listen to your thoughts and together discuss the future, they become even more bonded to the vision. But there's a word of caution. Be sure that it's not about fundraising or getting more money out of them. Rather, it's about amplifying the commitment that they share with you. It's a principle that always works. We must remember that we can never build a relationship if we go into that relationship with an agenda. So keep it light, easy, fun. Just love them, share with them, appreciate them. It'll do both of you a great deal of good. And you'll find that your investment in the investor, that'll pay big dividends.